What's up, everyone? Welcome to round 4 of the Portland Monthly Premodern Paper Magic Afternoon September 2024 tournament. This is round 4 of 5 before a cut to top 4, and these are two of the top players at the top table. So without further ado, let's see what they're playing. First up, we have John on Mono Blue Stiflenought. Now, this is a pretty popular list. In fact, it took down, I think, both the main and side events of LobsterCon / North American Premodern Championships a few weekends ago, and you can kind of see why. It is a very interactive deck until it can slam its WinCon, a Phyrexian Dreadnought, and then stifle it or Vision Charm it, swinging in for basically what is a 2-turn clock. The deck does also have other WinCons in Mishra's Factories and Fairy Conclaves, and I do want to call out this is not the exact list that took down LobsterCons. Those were running Parallax Tides, and this in fact actually has 4 standstills in the main, which I don't know if is super common, but it's something John wanted to try, and it's obviously been working out pretty well for him. Not much else to say about this deck other than it's very good, and I'm not surprised to see it here. So without further ado, let's see who he's playing against. Speaking of very good decks, Alec is returning to the camera with his Terrageddon list. This is a green-white land destruction list that uses Oath of Druids to find a Terravore. Notably, I don't think this is actually a good matchup for him. However, those sphere resistance that he has could slow down the blue deck enough with its cantrips to make it a little tougher on it. Overall, this is a pretty normal list, but it is not running Armageddon in the main. In fact, it just has a couple of Cataclysms in the side in case he really needs to control the board against a creature or go wide deck. All right, those are the decks. Let's dive into the games. And here we go. John is on the left, Alec is on the right. Looks like we're gonna get a roll to see who goes first here. 5 for Alec and 4 for John, so Alec will take the play here. Definitely where you want to be against a blue control list, especially if you can slam out a sphere on turn 1, which I don't see a Mox, so I don't think he can, but yep, we're just going to lead off with Treetop Village and say go. John will follow up with an island, pass. Naturally drawing a Terravore could be pretty good. Alright, we're going to play out a Sphere Resistance. Is he going to get dazed? No, we're going to opt here, hoping to draw the daze. Trying to decide if he wants to keep that on top. We do see a counter spell in John's hand. That will go on the bottom. Will he get it off the top? He does not. That is a Vision Charm. That sphere will resolve. All those cantrips in John's deck are now a little too expensive, I think. All those free spells too. Suddenly Gush costs a little bit more. And foil for that matter too. I see the foil in his hand. I think that is, like I said in the deck tech, the way that Alec does get advantage in this matchup. Being able to land a sphere or two. And to start swinging in with manlands, I guess, yeah. Looks like that'll be the plan. Buff it up to 3. And to start the beats. That is a second counter there for John, and he looks like he does have at least 2 lands. Yeah, he's got his own Mishra's Factory, but also just going to play on an island. Yeah, makes sense. Alec's going to crack this Windswept Heath so he can animate both factories swinging in. If John had played out his own factory, it might have given Alec a little bit of pause. Maybe only swung in with 1 to ensure it got in. But this is a guaranteed 4 damage. We are going to impulse here for 3. Alright, there's a Dreadnought going straight to hand. And John's turn, he will be able to Dreadnought this turn. It will cost 4 total mana to do so, and shields will be down. But he can do it. And that might be his best bet too. Yes, okay, we are gonna do that. The Dreadnought will phase out. Usually I like to just turn it upside down when it's phased out. Don't want to turn it, physically rotate it upside down, not put the sleeve side face up, because that could be mistaken as a morph. It's also what I like to do for elves whenever you're using like Wirewood Symbiotes or Kyrian Rangers, just to keep track of which ones you've activated. Picked up that tip from just watching other experienced players, and I think it makes good visual sense. But we can use a squee tab, I guess. Alright, Alec is going to just animate one. Swing in. Interesting conservative approach. I don't know why he wouldn't just go for... Oh, that's why. Alright, we're going to try and swords. Of course, we know it won't resolve. John has too much counter magic. I think just a regular counter spell here is all you really need. Ooh, does Alec have a second swords too? Alright, the counter spell's happening. Draw for turn. Another Mishra's Factory hits. And that Dreadnought can swing in for 12. Your life total is now 6. Crazy. This is the power of this card for sure. This is why this is one of the top decks in the format, if not the top deck, depending on the build you're playing. But, oh, there's another swords. Alright, we're gonna gush here. And John is looking for a daze, I think. Or a charm, I guess. Oh no, he can use his foil, which will cost an extra 1. Which he can pay, so that swords is not resolving. Dreadnought sticks around. Yep, paying the 1 extra for the foil. There's a lot of cards out of John's hand, but worth it to keep that alive, and John takes it down. We're going to game number 2. And here we are in game number 2. Yes, that's as fast as the Dreadnought deck can win. Again, it just sticks around for 2 turns and you're done. Really tough to block, and the deck has lots of ways to protect. And I think he even has a natural turn 2 Dreadnought in hand. May not have a way to protect it yet. I didn't see a daze, but I thought I saw a charm. Maybe not. Maybe it's just a bunch of islands. He does have a powder keg, a fairy conclave, I believe, and the Dreadnought. That is an interesting hand. I don't know if that's a keepable hand. Especially when you know your opponent can slam down a sphere resistance as early as turn 1. Soul John's in the tank. I just want to say thank you to everyone who's watched videos so far. I know there was a little call out in between rounds, but if you want to like and subscribe, it really does help the channel. And it looks like John will be shuffling it back. But yeah, we're almost at a year of pre-modern videos here on the channel, covering the local Portland scene here at Lucky Lab. Next month will mark a year, which is crazy. Thank you to everyone over the year who's liked, subscribed, commented, came down and played. Actually, we've had lots of people in the Portland area find the pre-modern tournament through these videos, which has been fantastic. So yeah, just want to give a huge shout out to you guys. Wouldn't be doing this without all of you. Alright, looks like John has a Keepable 6 here. Didn't really get a good look at what it was, but Alex just going to lead off with a factory and go. Same island go start for John. And here's a Sylvan Library. Taking a point to do so. And John here going to opt. He does not have a daze, it looks like, otherwise it might have just gotten fired off there. That is a card that I would consider worth dazing for sure. And I'm just going to say go. He does have Mana Leak up at least. Oh, there's a Seal of Cleansing. That's pretty nasty. I believe the top cards that Alec is looking at is a Fetch, a Terravore, and maybe a Treetop Village. Looks like we're taking the Terravore and one additional card, taking 4. Drops down to 15. Life total doesn't matter too much in this matchup, as long as you stay above 12. Alright, Windswept Teeth coming down. Is Alec going to try and go for the Terravore here? I don't think that's a good plan. Alright, there's a forest. Alright, we are hard casting the Terravore. Okay. I have to imagine that's going to get mana leaked. Yep, just getting fired off right away. Makes sense. Past you. One thing about these Stiflenought decks is they're never short on interaction, it seems. Or at the very least are able to dig for it through card effects like Gush. Alright, Fairy Conclave coming down. Now if this was a ploy to get a Sphere Resistance out, oh geez, look at that. A Wasteland and 2 swords. I think you take the Wasteland first. Nope. Alright, taking the swords first. Oh, because he has a Wasteland in hand. Okay, that makes sense. Call the Herd. Interesting. Not leading with that one first instead of the Terravore. That is going to resolve, and then Wasteland, the Fairy Conclave, say go. Alright, we're going to opt here. Looks like it's not quite good enough. Goes to the bottom. That is a Stifle. Now 2 Stifles in hand. Alec does have to get careful here with his fetching. It could potentially not resolve the way he wants. I don't know if John would want to waste a Stifle on that. Oh, there's a foil too. John trying to decide if he wants to play out the Powder Keg. I think you do. I mean, your opponent probably brought in more artifact destruction, but still. It looks like we're going to be keeping a Mox. Pitch in a Wasteland. Makes sense. There's another Wasteland on top of the deck for when he needs it. And just swinging in for 3. Tapping 4 to flashback. And John getting a little rewarded here by waiting. Yes, he did take another 3 damage, but he'll be able to take care of both dinosaurs if he decides to play out that Powder Keg. And he might just have to, honestly. There's... yeah. No real reason. Alright, there's a Sphere. John is tapped out. And it looks like that is going to go into Alec's hand. Play out the sphere. Animate a factory. Swing in for 2. And John's just going to pass. This looking pretty locked down for Alec. Plays out another factory. Can animate 2 now and turn one of them into a 3/3 if he so chooses, which he will. So that's 5 damage coming in. Say go. And we're just going to pack it up and go to game number 3. All right, pretty quick concession from John there. I think he just knew that there was no real way he was going to be winning. However, these matches are going pretty quick. I might have just tried to play it out just to see, but maybe he didn't want to give away any more sideboard tech, like the powder keg, or maybe just seeing the writing on the wall with all those man lands. Anyways, we are in a game 3 here, which is always fantastic to see. John will be on the play for the first time this match, which is exactly what the blue deck wants to be. I mean, most every deck wants to be on the play, let's be real. But being able to hold up counter magic makes it very good. And also just, you know, being able to slam down a Dreadnought and win an extra turn, or a turn earlier. Hope your opponent doesn't have the answers. Alright, that's 2 islands, a counterspell, a daze, and a Dreadnought, and it looks like we are keeping. Actually, that might not have been a counterspell, that might have been a Vision Charm. Not 100% sure there. No, it is a Vision Charm. He does have it. Alright, we got a turn 2 Dreadnought. This might be a quick game because I did not see much in the way of answers in Alec's hand. There's 2. There's a library. That'll help him dig a little bit. But he functionally has 1 more turn after this. Nope, that's going to get dazed. That's not good. Alright. Dreadnought comes back. Swing in for 12. Do you draw the answer? I don't even know if he has a white source. Well, he did just draw it. Nope. Doesn't have it, and John takes it down in 3. And that is a lightning fast set of games. Holy cow. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching. I'm assuming most of you made it through because this was such a short match. Some great magic to be had though, great games by both players. Make sure to like and subscribe if you want to see more videos like this. It does help the channel out immensely. And if you want to help the channel even more, there's a Patreon link in the video description. That money goes towards gear upgrades, travel expenses, and just making more Premodern videos. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching. I'll catch you next time.